A $700 million superstar would never do this.
Shohei Ohtani is now one of the most admired superstars among children around the world. A story about his special feelings toward children, involving a young boy who found himself in a moment of heartbreaking disappointment, has become a major topic of conversation in Japan. "I've never seen a player do something like that." Those words came from the adults who witnessed it firsthand. What left them so astonished was Shohei Ohtani's extraordinary kindness and the incredible character that wins over everyone.
Thank you for being here. If you enjoyed it, don't forget to subscribe.
Ohtani's incredible act of kindness.
"Shohei, over here. Please, can I get your autograph?" It was 2026, during the Dodgers' spring training, where excitement filled the air. Among a roster packed with superstars, Ohtani stood out as the one receiving by far the loudest cheers from children. The moment he steps onto the field, the eyes of the children lined up behind the fence light up with excitement. In a large-scale survey conducted by a major media outlet, Ohtani ranked as the major leaguer most admired by Little League players, holding the #1 spot by an overwhelming margin. For young baseball players around the world, Shohei Ohtani has become far more than just a great player. He has become a legendary hero who feels completely out of reach. So why does he continue to captivate children and earn their love like no one else? The answer goes back to an incident in the spring of 2018, just after he arrived in the major leagues. It was the now legendary story of how Ohtani left a 6-year-old boy, an enthusiastic fan of the opposing team, heartbroken, only to deliver an incredible surprise that no one saw coming. The stage for this unforgettable moment was the stadium in Kansas City, on the road. Near the front row of the stands sat one young fan of the opposing team, dressed head to toe in Royals blue. His name was Leo. He was just 6 years old at the time. The entire story was shared by Yahoo Sports reporter Jeff Passan. In a series of 6 posts, Passan told the heartwarming story of Shohei Ohtani and young Leo. Right after making his two-way debut, Shohei Ohtani was under immense pressure. He was fighting for a spot on the roster while also handling a huge amount of media attention, leaving him physically and mentally exhausted. Every day brought intense, suffocating practices and an extraordinary level of pressure to deliver immediate results. The media watched his every move with a critical eye, and even the smallest mistake could lead to harsh criticism. In the middle of this extreme pressure, Ohtani took the field for a road game. After finally finishing the intense pre-game warm-up, he was about to head back to the clubhouse, his exhaustion clearly showing. Then, out of the corner of his eye, he noticed a small figure leaning over the front row of the stands. It was Leo, wearing a blue jersey and shouting at the top of his lungs, "Shohei, please, can I have your bat?" On a tough professional field surrounded by towering athletes, a 6-year-old boy made a simple request with pure, innocent eyes. Ohtani stopped for a moment and turned toward the young voice. As he looked at the boy desperately reaching his hands through the fence, Ohtani gave a slightly playful yet gentle smile. Then he shook his head and said, "I'm not giving you my bat." And he walked away down the tunnel without another word. Hearing a response directly from the player he admired more than anyone, Leo truly believed, with a childlike innocence, that he would definitely receive the bat. But that pure expectation was shattered in the most heartbreaking way. "Oh, he's not going to give it to me?" Feeling as though he had been turned away with just a few cold words, the young boy was overwhelmed with disappointment and lowered his head, fighting back tears. In a corner of the glamorous and energetic stadium, A young boy was quietly experiencing the deepest despair. On the dream stage he had always looked up to, he was facing his first painful reality of the adult world. If things stayed this way, a painful memory that could stay with him forever. However, behind Ohtani, turning his back on him, was a shocking reason that no one could have imagined. Those sudden, seemingly cold words, "I'm not giving it to you." 6-year-old Leo lowered his head, sinking into deep sadness. However, just 4 minutes after that rejection, from deep within the dimly lit tunnel leading to the field, Shohei Ohtani appeared once again, stepping back into the bright sunlight. And incredibly, in his large hands was a brand new game bat, held with great care. Without hesitation, he walked straight toward Leo. Then, with his incredible smile, he held out the bat and said, "Here, this is for you." Leo's eyes widened in surprise, and in an instant, his face lit up with hope. Those 4 minutes were filled with genuine kindness and compassion. He looked so sad, and I wanted to give it to him. After the game, Ohtani simply said those few words in an interview. Ohtani later explained the reason so casually, but even while battling through an incredibly demanding time under extreme pressure, he had the heart to instantly understand the pain of a young fan from the opposing team. Leo was taken from the deepest despair, and then given the greatest gift of his life in the most unforgettable way. This incredible and unforgettable turnaround surprised everyone who witnessed it, captured their hearts, and changed the young boy's life forever. Jeff Passan concluded his posts with these words: "Shohei Ohtani, as a two-way player, has to prepare both as a pitcher and a hitter, meaning he has a busier schedule than any other player. But the kindness and thoughtfulness he showed toward a young fan is something no one else can imitate." Shohei Ohtani was 23 years old at the time. He was attempting something that had not been accomplished in a century. And yet, even in the middle of all that, he still found the time and had the heart to care for a 6-year-old child who wanted his bat. Passan shared these words in his post: "Shohei Ohtani's greatness is not defined only by the number of home runs he hits, the number of wins he earns, or the unbelievable records that leave the world amazed. It is found in the moments when he notices the tears of a heartbroken child, reaches out to fans of the opposing team, and turns a single pitch from a child battling illness into an unforgettable memory. Those countless acts of kindness are the true reason he is loved by people around the world. Records may one day be broken by someone else, but the kindness he has left in people's hearts will never disappear like numbers on a stat sheet. What Shohei Ohtani is building is not just a legacy in baseball history. He is creating a legend, not only in baseball, but in humanity itself. One that will be told for generations beyond his era.
Thanks for watching all the way through. What did you think? Feel free to share your thoughts in the comments. We'd love to hear from you. If you enjoyed this video, don't forget to like, subscribe, and join us as we continue to follow Shohei Ohtani's incredible journey. See you in the next one.